That's the most important thing. You taught me that, Dan.
Oh, yeah, I did, yeah.
Really
I
did.
remember when you said
You
it.
did,
Yeah, yeah.
and it really helped me achieve what I needed to achieve.
Put your branding on and be a superhero. Hello, everybody. My name is Dan Roberts, and this is Real Talk. So today we've got a very special guest. We always have a very special guest. Her name is Natasha Kalli. She worked for Change the World Fundraising for quite a while, and now that she's moved on and she's focusing her life on being like an influencer on mental health awareness, and she's here today. She asked me, like, when she first joined fundraising, that if she could come on this show. We finally got her here. Here she is. Say hello, Natasha.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much, Dan, for having me on the show.
No worries. Can I pull the microphone a little bit closer?
Of course, sorry. I just want to talk about my experience being a fundraiser and talking about OCD as well, severe OCD.
Okay.
On the field, having those thoughts, dealing with rejection and confidence as well. So I want to create awareness on mental health.
Cool. I mean, it is important. It's something that's a lot more out there now, whereas back in the day, mental health was kind of like shied away from.
Of course, yeah.
So you've got quite a large following, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got 16.5k on Instagram.
Yeah, so you're going to put clips of this on your
Of course
Instagram
I will,
for me?
yeah.
You can make me famous, yeah?
Of course I will.
All right, cool. So you struggle with some mental health issues yourself?
Yeah, so
don't
it's
you?
OCD. So it's like the obsessiveness of the thoughts. So for example, when I was on the field, I kept overthinking if I'm good enough. It was self-doubt as well. And I think having that attitude on the field at all times, like that positive attitude, resilience as well, just thinking positive at all times. Like even if you don't see results straight away, it will come, but you just need to believe in yourself. And I feel like when I was fundraising, my mental health was quite bad. Severe panic attacks. Sometimes I didn't even prepare myself sometimes to go on the field. And being prepared is the most important thing to go into this job as well. So I just think dealing with that and dealing with my mind, it was like me being in prison in my own mind.
Yeah.
That's how I felt.
Okay. Well, I mean, right now I've seen some of your videos that you've posted and stuff. Have you always been like this about mental health, or is this something that's come with years, or I mean, is this?
So when I was 18 years old, I got diagnosed with anxiety, depression, and OCD.
Okay.
For a long time, I was very in denial. I brushed underneath the carpet and I didn't get the help I needed. Now I'm in a much better mindset. I do talking therapy, so CBT. I keep busy because keeping busy is key, especially when you've got mental health issues. And just finding your passion in life, finding the things I love to do, and things that make me happy as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what things are those then?
So it's hard, but I think family, being around good people, positive people. I was influenced by a lot of negative people, negative habits.
Right.
For example, smoking.
Yeah.
I've stopped that now, and I've stopped certain habits in my life that have caused me to feel more anxious and depressed.
Okay.
Also, I love to write. I'm a writer on the side.
Really?
So I write my self-help books.
Okay.
So I do want to be a publisher one day. I want to go into schools, talk about mental health, talk about OCD, how that does affect you, and how it can destroy you sometimes, you know.
Okay.
But it's just finding that mindset of getting out of that.
Okay, cool. In fact, for everyone at home, what we're going to do is just put a few of clips up of Instagram for you to have a look.
Hi guys, so I just want to quickly touch base on OCD, as I don't think there's enough awareness out there and understanding in society on what it actually is. OCD stands for obsessive compulsive disorder, and how it manifests in different types. So you can have the cleanliness one, or you can have intrusive thoughts, false memory OCD, when you can't recall what's reality and what's not. When you get memories in your brain that tells you things that have happened, but really they haven't happened, but your anxiety is so high that there's no rationality and you think it's real. I'm just here to say, like, you're not alone, whoever's going through it. I've been living with it since 18 now, so, and I'm 25, so.
So there, as you can see, she knows what she's doing, and she's quite entertaining as well. So when it comes to mental health awareness, mental health in itself, accepting and understanding your own mental health, so that way you can move forward. I mean, this is what I say to a lot of people, and I do think that fundraising helps with this, because fundraising does attract a certain kind of person. So with fundraising, how did you find that? I mean, with anxiety and not being in a good place at the time, how did you feel with like holding conversations with people, stopping people in public? Because I know when you first start, it'd be quite daunting just to stop someone, ask someone to stop in the tracks and give you money.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
To be honest with you, I was very outgoing, so I do love to talk to people. I was always the one that used to approach people, and I didn't feel any type of way, like nerve-wracking, or I didn't feel nervous.
Okay.
It's just taking that control and actually not thinking and focusing on the end result too much, just enjoying the process of the fundraising job.
Okay.
And just being confident in what you're saying as well, because sometimes I didn't understand what I was saying and then I got nervous. I think trusting the process and not always thinking, what am I going to sign up today, for example? Am I going to do this today, or am I going to please my manager today? It's about pleasing yourself and what you have, what you've improved on, what you haven't done today, and we go the next day, we go even better the next day, you know? So I think it's just, staying resilient, having a good attitude, listening as well is the most important thing. There was times that I didn't really listen to people. I was too much thinking, are they going to say yes to me today? But instead, you need to meet their needs, not just financially, but mentally as well. So that's it.
It is important. The communication's important.
Yeah, very.
This job does teach you that. I've said this like so many times, but it's just, it teaches you skills that help make life a bit easier, you know, and be able to cope with stuff. A lot of people that work within real fundraising are neurodivergent. I know a few. I don't know, but a lot of people's told me that. I might be one myself. But the truth is, it's like, it's also a creative outlet. Fundraising.
100%.
Just the art of the dialogue. And for people that don't work in this industry, they're going to think that's a stupid thing to say, but like it is. It's reading something and understanding it enough and caring about it enough that you can say it 1,000 times and still found passionate every time you say it.
Yeah,
that's the whole point of it. So, like I was saying before, it's like fundraising does teach you a lot of skills and stuff, but you've got to be open-minded. And you've got to be prepared to learn a lot, because there's a lot that's going to be taught to you, stuff that you don't really know, that you didn't know anything about to start with. How do you prepare yourself, for work in the day? I mean, some people, I know some people that meditate before they go to work. I know other people that listen to songs. Me personally, I play wrestling entrance music and I walk towards the train station, and that's my arena. And that's how I know that sounds so stupid, but that's what works for me. And when I walk in, I think, right, I'm ready, and people are here for me today.
Yeah, I think having a good night's sleep before, because when you lack sleep, you're tired and you're drained and you don't think clear. And also, I think meditation as well.
Okay.
I listen to a lot of meditation on Spotify. It clears my mind from all the negativity. Also, not bringing your private life into the work. I think if you're having a bad day, for example, and you come into work with that same attitude, you're just not going to get the same results, you know?
No.
So leave your problems at the door and start fresh, like another persona. Like, be another person in that role.
Yeah.
And I think that's the most important thing. You taught me that, Dan.
I did, yeah.
Really
I remembered when you said it.
You did,
yeah.
and it really helped me achieve what I needed to achieve.
Put your branding on and be a superhero.
Yes, you have to.
Yeah,
because you have to fake it till you make it sometimes.
Yeah, this is true, yeah.
And that works.
So what's going on with you now? I mean, obviously, you've left the fundraising thing. You're focusing on the influencing thing as well. What do you do for, like, your 9 to 5? What
So I'm actually waiting for my DBS to come back.
Okay.
I'm starting a teaching assistant role in a primary school, working with SEND children, so special education needs. So I'll be helping them with homework. I'll be helping them with personal care as well.
Okay.
I am very experienced. I've had 7 years of mental health experience, worked in residential care. I've worked in psych wards as well, nurseries, adult care. I love to help people and just understand the mind. It's a major thing now, mental health, and I just want to get it out there and spread awareness, really.
Adult care.
Adult care, yeah.
Yeah, but that was tough.
It was very hard.
Yeah.
Especially the physically restraining as well, because it's hard when you're in that situation. You don't want to do that, but it could be the last resort. And sometimes you have no choice. But I was very patient with my patients. I was very positive with them and gentle as well. That's the most important thing.
Yeah.
You don't know what anyone's going through in life.
So you pretty much, as regards work and social media, it's all
work
about
and social
helping
media,
and
just helping people.
mental health. Oh, you're a good one, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
And then I also write on the side. So if anyone knows any good publishers,
Okay.
then get me on the ball.
Okay. I'll see if anyone sees this. If anyone gets in touch, I'll let you
Yeah.
know. Yeah. Is there anything else you want to focus on?
Yes.
Okay. Go on.
So I want to speak about like law of attraction and manifesting.
Okay.
I read The Whole Secret back to front, and it's really good. Like at the beginning, I thought it wasn't going to work because a lot of people say, "Oh, why don't you manifest this or why don't you manifest that?" And I just thought, "Oh, brush it. You know, it's not true." But I really sat there and thought, you know what? I wrote everything that I want down on a piece of paper 100 times. And it's not just writing it down, it's believing it as well. Believing that you're going to get something in life.
Yeah.
And when you put your heart and soul into that and all that positive energy, you're going to get somewhere in life. And you're going to get what you want.
I agree with that. You've got to do the footwork. You can't just expect life to just give you, what you need, but you do the footwork, you put the hard work in, believe in yourself and just know it's going to happen. It's happened to me.
Yeah.
I spoke about this before. I was ill, very ill. I was couldn't really do much for myself for about a year.
Yeah.
And then when the doctor told me I'd never work again, that hit really hard. And then I just decided no. It took me a year and a half to get well enough to come back to work. And all the time through, I was convinced. I mean, I was actually told by family members not to go back to work. A lot of people thought that was just going to be me for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that happened there. It's not as happened as bad as that. It's happened 3 or 4 more times, nearly as bad, where people have thought that's me done, and I keep coming back because I believe that I'm here for something good.
Because you never give up, and that's key to life.
Yeah.
Keep pushing through, no matter what doctors tell you, no matter what medication you're on or therapy or the diagnosis, you need to keep going because it's just a label.
Yeah.
You need to keep having faith as well.
Believe in yourself.
Believe in yourself and you get good things in life.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having me, Dan.
I'd like to have you on again.
100%.
I say this to everybody, and I've not had anybody back on yet, I'm well aware, but I will do in the future. But no, I love talking about stuff like this because I'm from a generation where it wasn't spoken about. And I think it's interesting that we know so much more now, and it helps us to understand ourselves. And we need to understand ourselves because we spend most of the time with ourselves.
100%. Self-awareness is just so important.
I'll tell you what, if you've watched any other podcast, you probably know what's coming next. But I'd like you to have one of these. Move the microphone out of the way, you're quite safe.
Thank you so much, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you all for watching. So I've been Dan Roberts. This has been Natasha. This has been Real Talk. And thanks for watching.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi guys, I just want to say, whoever is living with OCD, intrusive thoughts, I'm here for you, and stay strong, think positive, you're going to get through this. You're not a bad person, you're a good person with a loving heart and a whole successful life ahead of you.